Telerik reports server flaw could let attackers create rogue admin accounts. Snowflake warns, targeted credential theft campaign hits cloud customers. Darkgate malware replaces AutoIt with AutoHop.
Brexiteer Nigel Farage hit by milkshake as he kicks off UK election campaign. In UK general election, YouGov poll predicts biggest ever Labour win, and Sunak and Starmer scrap over tax and immigration in heated first TV debate. In Hungary, Fidesz sends letter in Chinese showing recipients how to vote. Riverside County Sheriff says he's ready to put a felon in the White House, as Donald Trump is banned from 37 countries as convicted felon, including major allies like Canada and UK. Majority of independents and double haters think Trump should end 2024 campaign, as per a poll. Comparison of the U.S. elections 2020 and 2024, Donald Trump vows revenge.
Biden says every reason to believe Netanyahu is prolonging war for political gain, as reportedly, Biden bid to end Gaza war falters as Israel and Hamas push back. Hamas wants Israel to commit to permanent ceasefire, full withdrawal from Gaza. Hamas may have moved hostages to Egypt via tunnels, former IDF deputy chief says, and Israel nears decision on Lebanon border offensive, Army chief says.
Biden prepares an order that would shut down asylum if a daily average of 2,500 migrants arrive, and Biden signs order to limit migrants crossing Mexico border, where blames Trump, GOP for leaving him no choice on asylum order. Majority of independents and double haters think Trump should end 2024 campaign. As per a poll, comparison of the U.S. elections 2020 and 2024, Donald Trump vows revenge. In India, billionaire-friendly Modi humbled by Indians who make $4 a day. Dutch left wing holds off surging Geert Wilders in tight EU election, exit poll shows.
Alex Jones agrees to liquidate his assets to pay Sandy Hook families, in move that would end his ownership of InfoWars. YouTube toughens policy on gun videos and youth, critics say proof will be in enforcement. In Germany, Scholz backs Afghan, Syria deportations after policeman killed.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas accepted gifts worth millions of dollars over 20 years. Analysis finds Trump ally Steve Bannon ordered to report to prison July 1st in contempt of Congress case. Alito's former neighbor says justice is, at best, mistaken and flap over upside-down U.S. flag.
China issues report on U.S. human rights violations in 2023. Hong Kong court sees 2 UK judges resign amid political tension. U.S. imposes travel bans on Georgian officials over new law that critics say will curb media freedom.
India's second biggest foreign threat to Canada after China, says government panel. She calls for more university exchanges with U.S. to boost ties. EU to China trade war brews, as EU embraces Japan to fight off common competitor. Former federal prosecutor claims appreciable chance Trump dies in prison if he loses re-election bid. Trump calls for January 6 committee members to be indicted.
President Joe Biden says he will not pardon his son Hunter Biden if he's convicted on gun-related charges. Senator Graham says average American wouldn't face Hunter Biden's gun charges. Hunter Biden's sister-in-law Hallie Biden describes finding drugs, gun in his truck, and Hunter Biden was using drugs around the time he bought a gun, Hallie Biden says. In the U.S., Netanyahu invited to address both houses of Congress on July 24th. In Canada, police used tear gas on crowd as pro-Palestinian activists occupy McGill University building. In the UK, Keir Starmer expected to push for Palestinian state in Labour manifesto.
AOC says she wouldn't be surprised if Trump threw me in jail if he wins in 2024. Purported neo-Nazis rally at South Dakota state capitol, march around Pierre. Trump may seek mistrial, after Facebook user claims advanced knowledge of verdict.
British PM Rishi Sunak apologizes for skipping D-Day commemorations to campaign for election, and Rishi Sunak vows £12 billion in welfare cuts as part of back-to-work moral mission. Starmer vows no tax surprises in Labour's final election offer.
In the UK, tactical voting threat to Tories as Lib Dems target 90 seats. The Guardian comments as, "I want Labour to come into power, so I'm voting Lib Dem. Tactical voting threatens blue wall Tories." Labour plans age limit in House of Lords reform, and the Independent comments as, Labour criticised for U-turning on plans to abolish the House of Lords.
Some U.S. lawmakers call for more scrutiny of news app Newsbreak over Chinese origins. Trump vows to never ban TikTok in strongest statement yet on Chinese-owned social media giant. In USA's Texas, Attorney General Ken Paxton opens investigation into car manufacturers' collection and sale of drivers' data.
Taiwan president says Tiananmen crackdown will never be forgotten. Angry at Yasukuni Shrine, toilet, graffiti, Japan man posts $64,000 bounty for vandals' arrest. Philippine Marines drew firearms as China sees second Thomas Shoal airdrop, says Philippine military chief.
Bernie Sanders says he will boycott congressional address of war criminal Netanyahu. After publishing an article critical of Israel, Columbia Law Review's website is shut down by board. In France, left-wing deputies dressed in Palestinian colors at the National Assembly.
He may buy a home in El Salvador to have a place to run to avoid prison time, and bombshell report reveals Team Trump is rewarding key trial witnesses. U.S. Congress Speaker Johnson announces plan to take on justice system following Trump conviction, and GOP senators warn judge against sentencing Trump to prison. Wisconsin Attorney General files felony charges against attorneys, 8 who worked for Trump in 2020.
Russian disinformation group, known by Microsoft as Storm 1679, uses fake Tom Cruise Netflix documentary to disrupt Paris Olympics. Russia gave millions to far-right politicians via fake news site, claimed in a report. In Canada, government won't commit to releasing names of MPs who allegedly conspired with foreign actors.
Deepfake of U.S. official appears after shift on Ukraine attacks in Russia. Ukraine claims it hit missile system in Russian territory with Western weapons. Poland announces plans for €700 million cyber shield amid cyber war with Russia. White House announced Ukraine can shoot down hostile aircraft over Russia. Potential escalation unlikely if Ukraine utilizes Western weapons against Russian aircraft over Russian territory, commented in Bundestag. EU has no evidence of China supplying weapons to Russia, announced Borrell.
Franco-German tank producer KNDS confirms to open plant in Ukraine. Germany must be ready for war by 2029, Defense Minister warns. Biden says Washington not authorizing strikes on Moscow, Kremlin. Russian warships to arrive in Havana next week, say Cuban officials, as military exercises expected, and Russian warships headed to Caribbean for drills as tensions rise over Ukraine, U.S. officials say. War over Taiwan would change world, says Australia ambassador to U.S. Kevin Rudd. Pakistan, Somalia, Panama, Denmark and Greece elected to UN Security Council.
Taiwan to restrict export of nitrocellulose to Russia, Belarus. France to supply Mirage warplanes to Ukraine, says Macron. Putin says Russia has no imperial ambitions, does not plan to attack NATO.
EU's Josep Borrell says Israel's rescue mission another massacre of Gazans. U.S. intelligence helped Israel rescue 4 hostages in Gaza. Israel rescues 4 hostages in Gaza raid that Hamas says kills 210 Palestinians. Kremlin welcomes Turkey's reported desire to join BRICS. 1 day ago, in China, Turkey's Fidden says he plans to attend BRICS meeting in Russia. Bulgarian president hints at rethink over backing Serbia's EU membership. Slovenia becomes latest European country to recognize a Palestinian state after a parliamentary vote.
Traders who scooped up Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway shares at a massive $620,000 discount during glitch will have their deals canceled by the NYSE, as an apparent NYSE malfunction caused Berkshire Hathaway stock to plunge 99%. BlackRock, Citadel-backed group to start new national stock exchange in Texas. Amazon labor union moves to affiliate with the Teamsters Union amid struggles.
In South Africa election 2024, ANC loses majority in alliance talks with Marxists, free marketeers. Ridiculed for a decade, India's Rahul Gandhi slows Modi juggernaut.
Bitpanda drafts Deutsche Bank to process fiat transactions in Germany. Thailand approves first spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. Japanese exchange DMM plans to raise $320 million and buy Bitcoin after hack. FTX wants to pay the IRS $200 million instead of $24 billion in tax liabilities. Yet FTX secretly gave $17.5 million to Aussie crypto influencer who lost other people's millions. Insider trading claims rock celebrity Iggy Azalea's new meme coin. Saudi Arabia joins BIS CBDC project Mbridge as a full participant. U.S. crypto regulations are moving against the CBDC and non-compliant stablecoins like Tether, claims J.P. Morgan. New law grants U.S. President power to block digital asset access.
New York Attorney General sues two crypto pyramid schemes, promoters targeting Haitian Americans in $1 billion scam. In the U.S., 3 United Kingdom nationals charged in connection with Evolved Apes NFT scam. Tech tycoon Mike Lynch cleared of all fraud charges in Hewlett-Packard trial.
McDonald's just launched its own metaverse, and Grimace NFT owners are VIPs. Binance resumes MasterCard payments for crypto. Telegram launches an app currency, Stars, for digital purchases.
Kraken preparing for $100 million funding round ahead of possible IPO, claimed in a report. Robinhood to acquire Bitstamp, global cryptocurrency exchange, for approximately $200 million in cash. Ethereum ETFs to attract over $4 billion in inflows, says K33 analyst. Coinbase introduces H-Index, Ethereum tops new blockchain activity metric. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo customers lose $456 million